There's a story about COVID you haven't heard. It's not about vaccines or lockdowns or even the death toll. It's about who saw the storm coming and who got rich before the rest of us even knew there was a storm. We all remember the chaos of early 2020. But what most people don't know is that while the world was scrambling for masks and hand sanitizers, a handful of people were making moves that would make them millions. Let's start here, in Washington, D.C., where a small group of government officials had access to information the public didn't, and they used it. Take Senator Richard Burr. In mid-February 2020, after a series of private briefings about the looming pandemic, Burr sold between $628,000 and $1.7 million in stocks, mostly in hotels, restaurants, and travel companies. Publicly, he was downplaying the threat. Privately, he was bailing out of industries about to be crushed. Then there's Senator Kelly Loeffler. She sold millions in stocks before the market crashed. She says her financial advisors made the decisions, but the timing is way too hard to ignore. But it wasn't just these two. At least a dozen senators and dozens more members of Congress made significant trades in early 2020, selling off stocks in vulnerable industries, and sometimes buying into those set to boom. You think the story would have played out around the world, but the truth is, outside the US, there's little evidence of similar insider moves. That's not because it didn't happen. It's because most countries don't require officials to disclose the trades or the information just as a public. So was this insider trading? The law says you can't use non-public information for private profit, but proving it is another story. Investigations were launched, the Department of Justice looked into these trades, but in the end, no charges were filed. What's clear in this? While most of us were blindsided by COVID, a few people saw it coming. And for them, the pandemic wasn't just a crisis, it was an opportunity.